In this video, we'll be looking at the overview of the next module, which is evaluating your course. And this is part of a course enhancement cycle where we're starting with design, following with development, implementing, and then evaluating. So the learning outcomes for this module are about collecting course learning and teaching data from multiple sources, collating, analysing, and interpreting gathered data from course implementation, reflecting upon your conceptions of the learning and teaching approaches used in the course, facilitating a collegial conversation about the assumptions underpinning learning and teaching approaches, drawing conclusions based on gathered data about learning and teaching in this iteration of your course, and creating and sharing a reflective story derived from the data about your course. So firstly, what is evaluation? Scriven talks about evaluation as the process of determining the merit, worth and value of things, and evaluations are the products of this process. And Ramsden reminds us that evaluation is not at heart about collecting evidence to justify oneself or about measuring the relative worth of courses or teachers. It is really about coming to understand teaching in order to improve student learning. That's our moral purpose. So why do we evaluate courses and teaching? And there are multiple reasons. And these, you could have any of these. So one of them is to ensure that learning outcomes are being achieved and to identify any gaps that may be occurring. Another one is to gather data on student performance and experience, to reflect on this. Another one is to improve learning and teaching. So this is a quality enhancement focus. Another one is to inform practice and make decisions about improvement. And also to inform course improvement plans and course profile development. There's also gathering evidence for grants, awards and fellowships. And lastly, for compliance with quality standards. So Scriven talks about two types of evaluation, formative and summative. Formative focuses on the process and aims to strengthen and improve. So this is happening, evaluation that's happening during the course. And then summative evaluation focuses on a final product. So it examines the effects or the outcomes. So this usually happens at the end of a course. What frameworks can we use to help structure course and team evaluations? So Brookfield's lens that we're looking at through here in 1998, there are 4 lenses for collecting evaluation data. We can use the student lens, a peer lens, a self lens, or a scholarly lens through the theoretical literature. There's also Kirkpatrick's 2006 model, where we're looking at different levels of evaluation. So we can evaluate a reaction, the learning, behaviour or results. And it depends on what one you'd like to evaluate, or do you do all 4? Are they appropriate? There are other evaluation frameworks as well, such as the 4Q model by Smith in 2008. And this talks about looking at self-reflection, student learning, student experience and peer review as the lenses to evaluate your course. So what data can we collect about our courses? Once again, when we're looking through the lenses of Brookfield's, we can see here that in the students, through the students' lens, we've got information about life cycle and demographic data, learning analytics, we have experience data, we have assessment and portfolio data, progression data, focus group data and course-related email comments. Through the self lens, we can do some self-evaluation of courses and teams. We can respond to peer feedback by journaling our ideas or reflecting on those ideas. We can even look at taking or having a look at the minutes of meetings, and we can have our own portfolio reflections. With the peer lens, we can look at peer observations and feedback and mentoring data. We can actually get an external peer review done on our course, or we might even ask peers to do a survey. We can use focus group data, and we can also use scholarship of learning and teaching data that's generated by our peers. Another lens that we can look at is through the eyes of industry or professional bodies. So for example, we might look at the graduate outcomes survey data or data from the student experience survey, the course experience questionnaire, employer satisfaction surveys or alumni survey or focus group data. So there's so much data that out there. It's really, you have to decide what's going to be useful for you to do your reflections that will then support your enhancements in your course. So some of this data can be obtained through the Planning and Statistics portal. So this is on the Griffith website, and this has a whole range of specific data for your course. So take a look at that. For example, in here you can find that there's student survey data, student life cycle data, course planning and review data, and key performance indicators across various schools and groups. Brookfield reminds us that when teachers reflect on their practice using the student lens, they become more responsive to the needs of their students. So this lens is very important, as are all the others. But remember that because our main focus and shared concern is about student learning, that the student lens is very important. So involve them in gathering your evaluation data. Thank you.